Enabling a better tomorrow. Interacting components. Interacting components is a segment of the understanding part of the model. So I'm going to talk about interacting components in general, and then there'll be a video on analysis and synthesis, and then another video on model interactions. I've talked before about the idea that reality itself is extremely complex, and everything is really connected, though attempting to understand anything, if we try and understand all of the things that are connected, we become overwhelmed by reality, and it just becomes overly complicated, and we end up endlessly confused. So what we do is we use the idea of the situation itself to provide a focus, so that what we're looking for is those aspects of reality which are relevant to the situation that we're trying to understand, that we trying to figure out how to deal with. And in doing that, it's appropriate to do two kinds of things, to do analysis and synthesis. Lots of people who come across, who sort of adopt the systems thinking paradigm, what they do is equivalent to throwing the baby out with the bathwater, and that they decide that doing systems thinking is good, but doing analysis is now bad, and they don't want to do it. And in the analysis and synthesis video, I hope to show why it's appropriate to do both of them, why it's essential to do both of them if you are to get a complete picture of things. And that's my awareness of that sort of came from a Sufi saying that goes as, because you understand one, you think you understand two, because 1 and 1 equals 2. But first you have to understand and. What's the real implication of and? Russell Ackoff used to say that an entity is not the sum of its parts. It's the product of their interactions, and you'll see that a lot more when I actually get into the model interactions video. But the idea is that we take this complex reality and use the situation as a focus, and we do analysis and synthesis, and we attempt to come up with a model of that set of interactions that's relevant to the situation that we're trying to understand, though we have to admit and realize that the model is in fact not reality. That old saying about the map is not the territory. It's because the model is a simplification of reality, it isn't reality. And there's this statement, this quote from George Box about all models are wrong, some models are useful. The intent is to develop a model that promotes the appropriate level of understanding so that we can figure out how to deal with the situation, as opposed to trying to figure out how to deal with all of reality, which is just simply too complex for us to figure out how to deal with. So that it's good to think about a model, to simply say a model is a simplification of reality intended to promote understanding. And good models help us understand, and models that don't help us understand aren't good models. And as when I talk about developing models, you'll see that it's an iterative process of evolving understanding as we endeavor to develop that model which promotes the appropriate level of understanding so that we can deal with the situation at hand. So I hope this has been informative, and I'll see you in the next video.